I think my favorite part of the podcast is all of the work behind the scenes that goes into this.
It's too bad we don't film it.
The staff, our pre-production meetings where we sit down and storyboard everything that we do, and just to watch it come together when we start. The technical staff, Jim back there doing the lighting, Kate checking our information, what we're saying, making sure it's legal and stuff. Got people in the office, front office, handling reverse sponsorships, and our one sponsorship with 1855 Coffee House. That's what I appreciate. Go ahead, Hudson.
Well, we've got Roy up here.
See how long he lasts.
It's being a bit annoying right now.
Oh, wow. There it is. That's the end of it.
Gets his way.
He's going to be roaming around, so this will be interesting. Somebody might have to get up and let him out.
Roaming Roy.
He's in the bathroom currently, but he's not.
He's probably going to have the trash can. Anyway, Roy, this is part of our 47th episode, as we've talked about before. We've got a little bit of a new thing for you here. We've got a Name That Country. And
Aren't you going to do it?
Name
That
Country!
Yep.
we just thought that out. So anyway, John's got this for us.
Brought to you by Random Countries.
This
Of
is
this earth.
This week we're recording this on Tuesday before the 22nd.
Yep.
So the 21st. Mom and I are going to Michigan. We got it postponed last week.
Supposedly you are.
Supposedly.
So you've already gone. You're back.
So so we already went.
Wow, time
and we're
travel.
back. Wow.
Reverse time
It's
travel.
real quick trip.
Time travel hair.
But we were leaving Friday because of the snowstorm that was coming again.
Come here, Roy.
That canceled our trip last week. Anyway,
Come on.
Get up. Come on.
So you want me to go ahead here?
you can.
Okay.
Yeah, lead us
So
off.
I
Roy,
just-
no.
What's the game we're playing again?
Name.
That
country.
So I just thought
Wheel.
that
Oh, wheel.
I think there's
Roy,
like
come here, puppy.
I didn't have what I
190
wanted to
some
say.
countries recognized in the world.
Wow.
How many are unrecognized?
I don't know.
We're gonna find out how
But
many I don't
I
recognize.
wanted to go with some obscure ones. So what I'm going to start off with is you're going to see a picture of the country. Yeah,
No. I was just
picture of the country.
Picture
And
of
if
the
you get
country.
it, this is going to be amazing if you get it because it's really just kind of getting to know these ones that you probably never heard of. And so we'll go with that. And then what I'll do is I'll put the country up close to like what continent or what what it's close to or whatever.
Yep.
And then if you can, then you'll guess. Anybody can guess on that. I'll give you maybe 5 seconds or so.
And just while we're doing this, we're actually doing those murder mysteries and different things like that, where there's 2 different themes going on. We've got this, plus we're showing you how to teach a dog to behave on a local podcast.
Yeah,
And so if you
wow.
need
Podcast training.
potty training,
Potty castrating. Yeah. So no, seriously.
we could
or
do
how
coaching.
not to do it.
We could do coaching.
That's what I'm wondering.
On training dogs.
I'm wondering if you're running a podcast and want your puppy to behave, then we're going to try to show you how that can happen. I don't know if it's going to work.
I don't know.
No.
I think he's gonna fall asleep.
I haven't
Anyway,
done it.
sorry.
The last thing is that then I'll just give you a multiple choice, and then
Guess?
that'll be
Okay.
probably where you get it. There's maybe some countries that will go down the line that maybe somebody will have known, and it'll end up being, somebody will get. But let's just say that whoever wins gets a trip to
Gets
the
the trip to
old-
Michigan.
No, gets a trip to the candy
I
place
was gonna say
here.
to the country that
To
we're
the-
naming.
well, that would be kind of fun for
That'd
some of
be
these.
huge.
Okay, so we're gonna go right away. This is an island country. I'm gonna try to do a theme in the first picture here as to what we're looking for.
Thanks
So
for
just
all the work you did putting
Yep.
this together.
So this is it. This is this is
Palm
what it looks
trees
like
you
when
got
Joe.
there.
We're gonna be some island boys.
Joe, next first one here. There we go.
Oh,
Okay.
Ganokoro. Anabar.
Sud.
Oh, Ocean Pacifica. Ooh, that gives us a little.
Pacific.
So
Yeah,
nobody's
Pacific.
got a guess, I'm sure there, but that's what the country looks like. It's an island country, obviously. Go to the next one.
Hold on. I think I know what it is.
Okay, what is it?
Wait,
I think it's the one that.
yeah, it's that one.
I think it's the one that. our friend Gary Alexander goes to.
That is wrong. It is not
Oh.
Bonaire.
Okay. It's one of those Dutch islands, though. That's off the coast of.
Escarpmente.
That's wrong.
That's also wrong.
Go
That's
to
two
the next
guesses
one.
already, both wrong.
Drew, would you be able to?
How many guesses do you get?
That is where the country is.
So
it's
it's
the
off
red
Australia.
dot. Yep.
It's in Malaysia or
Yep.
above. It's in Malaysia.
Well, it's its own country, supposedly.
Okay.
Is it?
Do we have Do we have
Can I
like
guess?
The next one will be that.
Can I
Yep.
guess?
Yeah, go ahead.
Is it Chile?
what?
I don't know where it's at.
Chile is
Chile's a South
South
American.
I'm
America.
sorry.
South
Well, let's get mad at me for not knowing. I thought this was a learning experience.
we were hoping- we were hoping
that bad.
We're not that hoping.
Is it
to
part
not-
of the Solomon?
people
Is it part of the
can't see
Solomon
this.
Islands?
Tiny.
No,
looks
people.
like it.
That's the problem. People can
No,
see this.
it's not.
what
It's
about
part
the
of
Marshall Islands?
Micronesian Islands.
Oh,
Oh, that's why.
I've been to a
I
micro
didn't get it right.
hotel.
So go to the
The
next one.
microwave
Here's the
hotel.
multiple
The
guess.
microwave islands.
Next page, please.
Roy.
Okay. So here are your options: Kiribati,
Liechtenstein. It's not
Nauru.
Liechtenstein, everybody.
Brunei. So everybody take what?
That guy's got to go down.
Yeah.
That's how we discipline our dog. You want to come up here and try one more? Come on. Come on.
Right.
One more time. Oh, poor Roy.
baby Roy. I gotta guess.
He's a little camera shy.
Well,
Now-
they all get to guess. You all get to guess now because it's multiple choice.
Okay, so okay.
A, B,
Round the house, Hudson.
Husband. What do you think it is?
I will go with
Mom might need to take him
Nauru.
out too.
Okay.
Noru, whatever it is.
Wait for Joe here.
Ni hao.
He'll want to come back up, and he'll be right by the door and scratch at the door.
Niku?
This is no longer a two-themed podcast.
We lost our
portion.
second theme. Now it's
Because now, I mean, that's what you have to do. Is sometimes you have to say
Roy lost his privilege.
The dog needs to go into a timeout. And what do they say during a time?
No talking during the timeout.
No talking when you're in timeout.
So
right, Joe.
Roy cannot walk down the stairs, I guess.
Yeah.
He's got to be taken all the way down.
Well,
Just learned that.
Joe's
Joe, what's your guess?
pigeon.
I'd go with Kiribati.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with D. Brunei.
Okay.
C for me.
Okay. Next page, please, Chopper. It is
Oh, nice.
now
Boom, boom,
Nauru.
Nauru.
Nauru. Okay. So now I'm gonna
Nauru.
hit. Don't go on to the next
Nauru.
page, Joe. I'll tell you when to go on.
Is that where Naruto's
But
from?
I'm just gonna
on
give you
fire.
some.
Oh.
I've got 24 facts here about
Wow.
Nauru. We don't have to go through all of them, but I knew
How
that
many
we
of
were
these are we going to do?
24 of them. They got 24 facts.
No, but I mean, how many islands or how many different places are we
just
doing?
one today.
Oh, just
Oh,
one.
nice.
Yeah.
Oh, so I won this.
Yeah, well, you and
Hey.
Dad, you and
Let's have a.
This
let's,
is not a
wait, yeah, but he
self-serving-
guessed Chile.
Yeah, but you.
That's fair.
But guess what? You weren't willing.
You already guessed.
You
one.
were afraid to guess.
fair.
though.
No, I
Yeah,
wasn't.
you were.
I looked at where it was, and it was
You
like
should have
Chile.
been afraid to guess. You should have been
should
real
have held
afraid to
back.
guess.
I was trying to learn.
He had to
should
be
prob-
disqualified for so
there are
many
no
reasons.
stupid questions or answers.
No, my plan
On
is
the
to,
original
my
Father
plan
Son
is to
voiceover
do
podcast.
something
Where is
like
Chile?
my plan
It's
is to
in
do
South America.
like
Okay.
Drew
It's
does with the
landlocked.
states.
I
But I'm going to
understand.
go through the different countries, but I'm going to go through
it's on
obscure
the- it's
ones
on
because
the
we're going to learn.
coast.
We're going to learn about these
Yeah, by the
countries.
ocean.
And in your defense, you probably explained that when Roy was here, and I was trying to
Well,
show the
I don't
people how to
remem-
discipline a dog on a podcast.
Name that country. I think what I was, I probably assumed that we were just doing one, so I should have explained that. No, we're not guessing
Of
multiple
course he
ones.
assumed he made the rules.
We should name
So-
that countries.
Country. Well, it was
So,
country.
okay,
so what I'm going to do go through here is I'm going to do this from time to time when we don't do states or when we don't have interviews or whatever. This is another option for us to just
Oh,
learn
wow.
about different countries that people don't
Obviously,
know about
I
all that
need
well.
help with.
Yes, obviously you do.
Well, we all will by the end.
So it's
I mean, I don't know if
Nauru.
it'd be as far off as Chile.
Okay?
Nauru.
It's obviously way off
Hopefully they get
past
more easy.
Joe said it was landlocked.
past Australia. It's a 30-hour flight from. I did it from Chicago because
You flew
You
there?
flew
I
from
didn't know you
Chicago.
went
I
there.
did
Are you
the
a pilot?
I did the flight from Chicago. How long it take? 30 hours though.
That's a
30
long
hours.
time.
Is that a
Did you
straight
time
flight?
it on your stopwatch?
No. I think there's 3 or 4 connections at least.
A woman that I was on a trip back from seeing you.
North Carolina?
Yep, she was from Puerto Rico.
Oh.
Rich
and
port.
she
Puerto
said that
Rico.
she goes a
Donde está?
lot of travels a lot to places like that. I think the farthest she's been away is a 24-hour trip, and she said what they do is. These are her words, not mine. I've never flown that far. I don't like to fly that much, and 3 hours is plenty. But she said that they fill you full of delicious food, really good food, and lots of wine. Then they turn off the lights, and you lean back and go to sleep for a long time.
Oh wow.
What
That's
if you
what
don't
she
drink
said.
wine?
Huh?
Or you don't drink
They
wine?
probably just give
Something
you
in
Mountain
there.
Dew.
Yeah, they give
How
me
long
Mountain
is
Dew,
a
that's
long
all.
time?
Well, I don't know, but
Are they
but
putting
think
some
about it.
sort
I
of
mean,
sleep agent
that's
in
what
there?
you'd have to do. 30 hours on a plane, just sitting there doing what? You'd have
That
to
would be a
sleep little bit.
challenge trying to stay awake
So you,
the
I
whole
mean, you
time.
probably go from Chicago to Los Angeles or,
Or New
something,
York.
right?
Yeah.
And then maybe
Yeah, Los
take
Angeles would
a
probably make
pickup
sense.
flight on like Hawaii
and
or
then you go to
Maybe.
Chile, and then you go.
Or maybe someplace
Right
in
over to
Germany.
Nauru,
I don't,
yeah.
not Germany,
It's
but
a hop, skip, and a
I
jump.
don't
to
know.
Nauru.
I didn't see all the connections.
Okay.
I just did like how long it would take to get there because I figured it was a long flight since Australia is a long flight.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Australia is like 17 hours, I think.
Okay.
Wow.
It's either that or New Zealand.
We got a
is.
buddy from New Zealand.
We sure do,
Bradley.
Bradley.
Mhm.
How would Australia be shorter flight?
I said that Australia was 17 hours, and like New Zealand's like 14 or
Number
something like that.
13. Anyway,
Anyway,
Okay,
ask
so
me.
here's some fun facts. Well, I don't know
I
if
don't
they're
know
as
where
much
Chile
fun
is.
as much as there's. They're maybe not near as
One
much
of them
as
wasn't a
fun.
pilot.
We just don't know about this country, so we're gonna learn. So
how cold
Nauru,
his guess was Chile.
it's the smallest country in Oceania, smallest island country in the world.
but
I
it's
will-
a country. It's an actual
Yeah.
country.
What I will say is, just make sure Damon puts this just in case
Disclaimer out there.
anybody been to
Disclaimer.
Nauru and wants to.
Nauruian.
Go ahead.
lives in Nauru.
Been a Nauruian.
It's
Or
the-
a
it's also the third- it's also-
Nauruian.
It's the third smallest country in the world, after the Vatican City and Monaco.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Nauru is just 8 square miles in land area.
Where does Chile fall in between all
A
those?
lot bigger.
Okay.
Square
8
mileage.
square miles. So what would that be? Let's think about that. We
I
live
don't.
in
I'm not good with
Mazomanie.
math. And
4 by 4.
6.
Potentially, if it was a square, 4 miles by 4 miles.
So oh yeah, true.
No, that's
So-
not right.
No,
So
8
probably-
square miles.
2 by 4.
But from here to Black Earth, really, right? I mean,
Well,
if it's
the
4
one
miles
side
long,
would be.
yeah,
Yeah.
about like that maybe.
That wouldn't be a bad.
No, I guess not. But that's a country.
You could drive across the country.
Yeah.
The Republic of Nauru belongs to the Micronesian Islands and lies just 26 miles south of the equator.
I bet you your gas mileage is real great there.
Probably not though. You're not going very many.
I mean, I'm
needs-
saying that
who
you don't
needs
use
a
up
car?
a ton. Your gas economy is
You could
not
use a
Oh,
great.
horse
there
and
you go.
buggy. You could run.
They may not. They may not allow cars on there.
Yeah.
Are they
Seriously.
are they like Hawaii? Do they have interstate
Yeah.
highways?
Yeah.
I don't have this down here, I don't believe, but they do have a railway. Why they need a railway, I don't know. Well, I do know maybe why, because they're
they have it
rich in
underground.
phosphorus. So it's maybe that they mined, and so they had to get it out
Yeah.
and had to get it to the
ports and stuff. Yeah.
So
Exactly.
I
Phosphorus.
remember that I was
What what kind
couldn't
of
take
products
the-
You remember that you didn't know that, and then you figured it out.
I mean, look.
Let this guy
phosphoric
look.
acid.
well, hang on, because can we? Well, no, you can get out of it. I think get back in, or whatever.
Just wait.
Good.
Sure.
Can you get
We'll
out
have
of
to get back
also the
I
thing
can do
that
it
we-
on my phone too
thing we
because I'm
have up
fast
there?
Maybe that would
with
be
these
better.
Let's just do it on your phone.
technological devices.
I'll keep moving here for a second because we got a fair amount to cover here. If we want to cover it all.
It's
Not
covered.
a ton of time to cover it.
The oval-shaped island lies in the central Pacific and to the east of Papua New Guinea. The nearest island belongs to Kiribati, and is located about 190 miles east of Nauru. So that's
Is
it's a good
Papua-
long distance from.
Is that where
to there.
the Swiss Family Robinson was supposedly where they got
Stranded?
Papua New Guinea.
Papua New Guinea?
I don't know.
Yeah, something like that.
I don't know.
The capital city is Yaren, where the parliament and some government buildings are located, but officially the country does not have a capital.
What's the lingo there?
I'll get there.
Oh, sorry.
Nauruian.
Yep. About
be calm.
12,000 people live
Just wait.
live on Nauru Island. The tiny country houses the second smallest population in the world after Vatican City. About 3 out of 4 islanders live in the southern part of Nauru, which I believe that is around where the capital. Well, they don't have a capital per se, but they go.
If there was a
Yaren
capital,
is the
that's where
one
it would
they-
be.
Market center.
The majority of
you need
people
to-
on the island are of the Christian religion.
Oh,
Interesting.
And since, yeah,
Are you going to tell, were they colonized or
I
something?
think I get to that.
Okay.
I
If
think
not,
what
they
you
must
need-
be.
Yeah,
I think what
yeah,
you
you
learn
do,
that
so I
is
will
you need
get
to
that.
learn that famous proverb of great things come to those who wait.
Yeah.
That, but I'm so excited about
Yeah,
this.
I understand.
Nauru, that I was the one that guessed
Nauru.
it, and Hudson doesn't
Nauru.
deserve to because he guessed Chile.
Phosphorus
first.
comes from phosphorus is used in matches
oh, really?
in that
match.
the ignition portion of it.
The
The remix.
yeah,
Yep.
the end of it
Yep.
with the red or green or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Do you want to make sure that you're over your mic when you
Yeah.
Can you have
talk
some
from
mic
time to
presence,
time?
please, Joe?
Yeah, as I stated earlier, it's near the equator, so it's the climate is hot and humid in Nauru, and then average temperatures are around 77 to 86 throughout the year. That would be
Wow.
ideal, huh?
Nothing wrong with that.
Yep. November to February are considered the rainy months, but I think it's much like, like when we went down to Arizona in August, they were like, yeah, it's the rainy
man,
season, but
monsoons.
it's like sometimes
Have you thought
5
about
minutes of
scheduling a trip to Nauru instead of
it looks really expensive to
does it?
fly there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Instead of Florida?
No.
Roy was knocking.
He was knocking at the door.
Also, Roy's loaded with it too. Phosphorus. It's in animal feeds.
Oh, really?
Yep. And rust removers
Rust removers.
and corrosion preventers.
Wow, phosphorus.
Dishwasher tablets.
So there's a lot of uses for it.
And
so it's quite an export.
fertilizers.
Phosphorus
With
is
an
good
S.
for the ground.
Huh.
Those are just the top
That's
5
very interesting.
uses.
Joe, thanks.
Oh, yeah. Name that element.
The highest point of the island is called Command Ridge and is 233 feet above sea level. So
Oh, so
it's
almost,
it's a very low lying
almost sea
area.
level. Huh?
Yeah, I
Like
looked at the
almost like
top
a bluff.
The
Yep.
topographic.
Command Bluff Ridge.
Bet you that- I'd be scared to live there, with all the water around you.
Yeah.
The Pacific Ocean. Is that the Pacific Ocean?
Sure is.
Yes. Yep. Nauru. So you can go to the next page here, Chopper.
Nauruvian.
The highest. That's not Nauru. So don't get that messed up. I'm gonna explain what that is because I didn't know what this word meant. So it's
like an
Nauru
amoeba.
is a raised coral atoll, and that's what an atoll looks like, which is a ring-shaped reef island or chain of islands formed of coral.
Oh.
And that's
So-
water in the middle of it.
I believe that's how it
like a
sits on. I
lagoon.
know it's not sitting on water, but that's how it. That's what the island is
Portrays.
sitting on, or what
Buoys it up,
it sits
huh?
above. Yeah, is a raised coral atoll.
Wait, so it's in there?
Well, this is not the this is not the
Okay.
country. I didn't mean to throw you off. I wanted because I figured that I would be sitting here and Dad would say, "What is an atoll?" And I wanted to know. I wanted to have that answer for him. So that's what it looks like. We obviously looked at what the island looked like, at least on a map. So that just pictured a raised, ring-shaped reef island or chain of islands formed of coral. As that's what
I wonder if
That's what it is.
Did you say they were formed by volcanoes underneath
an island that
ground?
once was rich in phosphate rock. I guess
Okay.
it's not so much anymore. I think it got basically mined out. What I had read is it was one of the richest countries actually in just minerals and had quite a bit of. I'll get to it, but I think a lot of different countries wanted to occupy this area because of the richness of it.
Wow.
Occupy Nauru.
But I think they've since
Occupant?
made it basically
Nauru.
what I
extinct
said.
of phosphate. So anyway,
Depleted.
depleted. The natural mineral phosphate is found right under the rock surface. However, the mineral was exploited already in the 1990s. So there are hardly any. That's basically what I said. So the 1990s. The soil thus is now very poor, and the landscape is barren, as 90% of the land area cannot be used for farming. So
They found it all out.
They got greedy.
Yeah.
They got greedy.
Oh, it probably wasn't them that
No,
got greedy.
probably not. No.
Now the people are just left there.
I wonder how many people lived on Nauru prior
booming.
to.
Yeah, I should have gotten that in.
Well,
That's
the
okay.
question is how close are they to another island?
No, that's a good
190
question.
miles.
How did they get?
Just
you
head
wonder
knowledge
how
for
they
John.
got to those places,
Yeah.
and how long have they lived there?
Yeah.
I mean, have they lived there for hundreds of
They've been
years or
gassed
thousands
after
of years?
2
It's like
lengths.
Well, I think I'll
Yeah,
get some more
Probably did
information
front
here,
crawl.
but Joe, if you want to go to the next page, it should be the national flag. Yep,
Oh,
that's what the
nice.
flag looks like. The national flag carries the chemical symbol of phosphorus and the motto of Nauru, which is God's will first.
Is that a takeoff of what's the lingo? Is it's not Swedish, is it?
Well,
that looks like this. Isn't
They
that the
just took
Swedish?
away a stripe and they.
I think that those are just. I think they were like, okay, what colors are we going to come up with for our flag? Well, what do we see every day? Blue. We see from the
Yellow.
ocean. We see yellow from the sun.
I don't have it here.
And
I don't
what color is the
so.
sun again? White.
And at
No,
night,
that's the moon.
And at night, we see stars.
Yep.
I don't have it here.
Let's throw a star
I
in there.
guess we'll just
But
go with that.
They say that the dialect or whatever is Nauruian, but the vast majority is they speak English, or I think they may have maybe a slight Australian accent, possibly.
Aussie.
Slightly.
on the bobby, mate.
But overall, it's English. But overall, it sounds like it's an English-speaking country.
Either that or
Nobody
that's
ever, by
that's
the way,
either
nobody ever says that, I guess.
Yep.
That's
the flag.
Australia.
No Australian.
So
Yeah,
the motto
just
is
Americans.
God's will first.
Okay.
The flag has a golden band in the middle on a blue background and a 12-pointed star in the lower left.
Is
Interesting.
that how many people live there? 12?
I don't think so.
Okay.
It's their ninja background.
Ninja Star.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is to the point what we talked about with who occupied these.
Okay.
Well, here we go. Here we go.
Nauru
This
was
is interesting
occupied by many nations in the 19th and 20th century. First the Germans,
stuff. Okay.
then the UK. So
Okay.
I'm guessing
Great Britain.
Great Britain. Australia and New Zealand ruled the island, and during the
UK.
Second World War, the Japanese claimed the island.
Okay.
So that would,
Was it fought on
does
at
that
all?
kind of make sense? Like logistic. I'm trying to. I don't want to. I know I'm not going to be as far off as saying that this is Chile, but
Give it a shot.
But like directionally, would that be a good way for them to get, like, if they needed to kind of fuel up again with, I don't know.
Like, you mean like a
Japan?
landing strip that they could refueling station
Well, I know like Guam is a fairly important
base?
base or whatever for
Solomon Islands were important. We fought on the Solomon Islands in World War
we
II,
fight
and
on
the
Chile?
Marshall Islands. All of those, I think, were Indonesia, Philippines. I think a lot of those.
I imagine they were
were
places where you could
Japan
build
was-
airstrips so that
yeah.
you could refuel and,
Yeah.
and attack
Dock.
from different places. Yeah.
Dock with ships,
Yeah.
carriers.
Drew Barsness, World War II historian.
I took
come
a
to me.
class.
Island historian.
I took a class. I'll just
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 class.
give us a
Yep.
little of the low hanging fruit, would you?
I took a class at UW Madison because I was going to be a teacher, and I had to take I was going to be a history teacher.
Did you just have to take one?
Just one class
Just
there
one.
to be a
Yep.
teacher.
Yep. But I couldn't even get that done.
Standards here in Wisconsin aren't real high.
I went a while ago, and so I had to take this one class, and that was a requirement for getting into that
Program.
for being a history teacher. Anyway, I had to take class. It was history of Southeast Asia, I think.
Well, that would make
The
sense.
Philippines
Yeah.
and something else.
Yeah.
And the guy, the professor would walk in, and he had notes, and he would read the
No,
notes. I think
tough.
word for word, and it was. I mean, that was already the. No offense to these people, it just wasn't. The way it was presented, it wasn't very interesting.
I see.
And so,
So you've heard
Teachers
of this?
teachers
You've heard
have
of
a
this
big
country?
role.
I don't think so.
Okay.
I'm just saying that it was just. I'm talking about. You talk about the Philippines. You're talking about all those
Yeah,
other things.
yeah.
So I was saying that
Yeah.
that I was trying to recall.
I don't recall.
It's the
Did you
difference between
misremember?
Alzheimer's and amnesia.
What's the
And
difference?
I was trying to remember, and I couldn't come up with it. And so I almost had to do a total recall there.
But here's the thing, Joe. Here's the thing.
Mental
You
replay.
didn't end up being a teacher, but here you are teaching.
Teaching us.
You really
Not sure
are a
what we've been
teacher.
Came
taught,
full
but-
circle.
Yep. So
You do wonder sometimes with some of these real small island countries, because there's chains
Oh, I'm
of
familiar with those.
of islands. Like the Solomon Islands is made up of a bunch. Marshall Islands, same thing. How did Nauru become its own country? It's a little
I don't know
interesting.
when, but I can. I don't know how necessarily or whatever, but I know when it became. And I'm going to give this. There's going to be a little asterisk because of Hudson's Chili comment, but I'm going to give you guys a tiebreaker. What year? And I'm going to give you.
Tiebreaker.
I got
One
the
of those,
question.
he's
I-
one.
Hey, I went on a limb, albeit not a
That's
very
not-
strong
Okay,
limb.
that's fine.
That's
You can
not even
redeem
a
yourself.
limb.
And
That's not
I'm
even a
fine
limb. You
because
jump
I'll,
from the
I'm
top.
sure.
You jump from the top.
I'm going
of
to
the-
give you
from the top rope.
and you
My
miss.
time's coming.
I'm going to give you a 10-year window of when it
What
became
if I
its
get it
own
right?
country.
Does that mean that I win?
guess
then?
you win.
Country.
But
What
it's
if it comes?
1960 in the 1960s when
It became
from
its own
60 to
country.
70, somewhere in between then is when it became
we
an
have to
independent
guess
country.
a year. Okay.
You said we have to be within 10 years.
Between 1960 and 1970 is when it
Pick a year
became.
between
Oh, this
that.
isn't.
okay.
This isn't Chile. This is Nauru.
You got 10, well, basically
to-
8,
That's what I'm gonna
9.
I'm gonna say 1963.
Okay, Dad?
Oh, good. And the one that's closest?
Closest wins.
65.
Okay. Dad wins.
You should have
These
taken
guys don't
65. What was it?
Well, they didn't get the first question right.
I
Of
thought
what
we were
country
supposed to
it
get
was.
it
What was the
right.
year,
I thought we
Johnny?
were supposed to get it completely right.
1968. The country became
gotta-
I
When
thought
you
we
get
were,
the
no,
first
no, I
guess,
thought we
you
were supposed to
gotta
guess
always-
it completely right.
Well, then always take 65.
No.
Always take 5
No.
if it's close.
That's right in the middle.
Oh, you said closest.
Yep.
I thought you meant you had to nail it right on the head. So I was thinking, I'm going to go with
Well,
Whenever
you,
you
would
get
have
it-
needed to.
Whenever you get
Well,
a choice
yeah.
between 1
I
and
know
10,
that.
take 5. Okay.
I'm aware of that. I thought everybody was
Just
guessing. I
not
thought
this
you.
situation. He wasn't
I
aware
thought
of
you
your
had to pick the
situation.
correct
In
one.
general, he knows it.
Hey, how far are we away?
We're on 15. I
Oh,
told you
okay,
we're
I'll be
done
quiet
soon.
now. Joe
I
and I will
told you.
stop.
I told you when
Joe and I
I
will stop
that's
telling
fine.
stories.
That I'm
You
not going
stop
to know any
teaching,
of these
I'll
things.
stop telling old
Can't
man
stop. I
stories.
can't
Yeah.
stop. It's in my blood.
I wonder what keeps them there. By the
Well,
weather.
well, yeah, that's some of
Is
it.
anybody
it's gotta
hungry?
be
I'm going to the
expensive.
price table.
I knew that was
Yeah.
coming.
Yeah, again.
Okay,
Dad's
so
not a very
this is
gracious
just
expensive to
winner.
live there.
Dad's humble.
here's
That's what
some
he is.
here's just some random ones. So don't. This isn't going to be in line with what we were just talking about. That was some history. Now these are just some. The last elections in Nauru were held in September 2022. Voting is compulsory in Nauru, and I didn't know what that meant, but I think I understand what it means now with what this next sentence says. And all aged 20 years and older must either vote or pay a fine for not voting.
Yeah.
That like compulsion.
Parliament is elected for 3 years,
I
and
voted today.
the current president is Russ Kun or Kuhn or
Russ.
Kun. Yep.
Really?
Who gets those names? Russ.
He's the current
Kuhn.
president.
Russell, probably.
Russ
But I didn't know that they had those. You hear of like communist countries where they make you vote for somebody if you
Yeah.
vote. But
Oh.
this one where you have to vote or you have to pay a fine.
Get out the
Kinda
vote. You
makes
don't need
How much?
commercials.
What is
You
the
don't need
fine?
vote.
Did you say how much
It
it was?
doesn't say. I didn't get it.
Probably
So he's
enough
the
to make you
mayor?
want to go.
He's the president because it's a
The
country.
president,
President,
yeah. Okay.
Country.
Country.
Agricultural, you're going to go to. The main agricultural products are mainly tuna and marlin for fish.
Oh,
Coconuts, this is not a fish, obviously. Coconuts, pineapples, and indigenous hardwood trees. And then deep sea fishing is a major industry sector, which would make sense being an island over the ocean, by the ocean there. The currency is the Australian dollar.
Oh,
And the Nauruans mostly use cash for payments. So
Well,
no
that's
MasterCard
nice.
or Visa is not
Good.
accepted over there.
nice.
Well, I don't know if that's the case. I just wanted
Maybe
to
I'll
say
pay
that.
by check.
Yeah.
Only if it's
It'd be kind
local.
of tough if you got stranded over there, bought a one-way ticket to Nauru, and then
One-way
ticket.
One-way ticket. One-way ticket.
But if you had to
One-way
then come
ticket.
up with like
One-way
$1,000 to get back
One-way
to, because I think that's about what it is for. Well, maybe not a one-way ticket, but it's expensive. If they pay cash, or they probably figure that out at the airport. But
have to bust some tables or something.
Choo-choo train, trucking down the tracks.
Hey, sing it lower, and you can be underneath his.
Yeah.
Gotta travel on.
the main trading partners are Australia.
It's gonna be too long.
I know.
Can you
too
hear
hard.
it mix? Can you hear the mixing there?
He's just so loud, even when he's quiet.
Yeah.
Main trading partners are Australia, the US of A, Thailand, South Korea, and
Thai people.
Taiwan.
Beautiful babies.
No.
The main attractions when you go to Nauru is deep sea fishing, pristine beach of Anabar Bay, and war memorial sites. So
So they
they
did
did.
fight there, evidently.
Warmongering.
a couple more here. In Nauru, you might also encounter whales and sharks off the Pacific Ocean there. So
Oh, I was gonna say on Nauru, they're just hanging
Sharknado.
out.
Well,
on Nauru.
this next comment,
Might come over then.
I hope that nobody in Nauru is currently listening because this is a touchy subject for them.
Okay.
Per capita, Nauru is the fattest country in the world.
Whoa.
71.1% of people on the island are considered to be obese.
Is America second?
That's
Per capita.
weird. You'd think it wouldn't be that way. Why?
I think it's only
70%,
like
you'd only have to have like,
I think there's like 12.
8 or
70
9,000 people.
I want to say there's only like I think there's only about that amount.
What
yeah,
are
8.
they doing or eating or whatever? You'd think.
High fish.
I have a
Guess what?
Big
stereotypical
tuna.
idea of
Bumblebee tuna.
yeah.
Well, and what's the definition of obese?
True.
Ooh,
No,
good
maybe
point,
they're
good
using-
point.
maybe
I'm glad
they're
that you're.
using-
I'm glad you're being apologist because if there's one of our main listeners that's listening in Nauru, then I apologize. But I'm just spitting facts here. At least what I've been
and
told.
we have not done demographics. I don't know if Ruben Borgen his parents or grandparents were from Nauru.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if Sally Morrill, she has relatives there.
Oh
Well,
yeah,
they-
you're
I
saying
don't
you're
know
saying
if
people that
Kimberly
listen.
Young-
Yeah,
Hey,
sure.
I don't know
Hey,
if- I don't know if
Michelle Van
Mars.
Shindig has relatives that have the same last name as our relatives, so
Right.
she could be from Nauru.
She
I don't
could
know
be.
how that works.
Okay, we
I was surprised.
how many
anyway.
more, how many more times are you going to strike out during this before you
Well,
stop?
I've got at least 3 more until I get to your level. So.
At the plate, and he's
How many
just
more we
swinging
got?
away.
Just 2 more.
Okay.
3 more. Sorry. Well, no, 2 more.
You're trying to keep that like that?
As I said, it was a very rich country, but now, as we talked about, the phosphate has been depleted, and so it's world's smallest GDP at $102 million, which the person said that, and I didn't get the connection because I don't know, but it was like you couldn't pay a couple people on one of the premier soccer league teams for what they have in GDP.
Wow.
A couple guys that make that much money with what their GDP is. It's the least visited country in the world, which kind of makes sense. If, I know that not everybody's
expensive
flying from
to get there.
Chicago, but
Chicago.
but if it's anything like that,
Yeah.
and I think I saw too
Go
that
ahead.
there was either just one COVID case or no COVID cases when that
Oh,
happened.
wow.
Because since it was the least visited, I believe they just shut down anybody from coming in basically, and it basically
Maybe
made
they
it so that they
didn't
didn't
have
have to.
Did you tell us the population of that dog?
I can't. You can look it up. I think Drew was close.
You said 12,000.
Did I?
Yeah.
Yes, 12,000. Okay, good. But they do
you
have a
listening, Joe?
problem with really really high unemployment for like our age, probably Damon's age group and a little bit higher because
Those
there's
lazy
just hard to. Well, no,
can't
it's
get a foot
more
in the
so they
door.
just have a hard time finding jobs because it's not even like they have.
It's just a scarcity of jobs.
And
Because
people are established.
some of those island countries have at least like the Bahamas or Jamaica have at least tourism, but they don't. I don't think they have near the tourism that these places do. So they can't even work like at some sort of resort or
You can't cut
things
it
like
at
that.
the
So
tuna canning factory. Boom, you're
Yeah.
gone.
yeah,
They do have fast food. They've got Mr. Chippy's,
okay.
Golden Bridge Restaurant, and the Bay Restaurant.
Nice.
Mr. Chippies.
But
What if
anyway,
that's a fish and chips
I
place?
wonder. That's that was really good. I think that's going to be one of our favorites.
I hope so.
This
Segment?
Hey, did you know real quickly? Did you know that like I didn't know this, like when I was like in high school, we would watch Saturday Night Live when it first came on, and I didn't know this until not long ago that they kind of go and they present. Like those guys go and present what they want to, like skits and stuff like that.
They kind of write them themselves.
They write them themselves, and that can make you go up the pecking order. And of course, you go up the pecking order, you get big other things. Anyway, John's trying to do that here. He's trying to Wisconsinites Weekly. He's trying to get a corner on Mazo
No.
Sitewise. Roy, he's trying to get.
Trying
He's
to
trying
edge
to
out
get
Roy.
He's trying to edge out Roy.
Oh,
and pretty
true.
soon we're gonna have to
That's
vote
fair, for at least
to see
Roy.
who gets top dog. Well,
Ooh,
not
nice.
top dog on this show. Right now, it's Roy.
Yeah. So we'll as the months
That was
weeks and
very
months to come
interesting.
on,
Thank you.
we'll do what is this country singular. So we'll just go through like we did here. It won't be guessing
No, it's
countries.
name that
So we
country.
can do it.
That.
Name
that country.
And
That
we'll
might be
go
my favorite
through
part of the segment.
we'll go through the obscure countries and then
I
maybe
learned
we'll
a
go
lot, too.
through more
I think
notable
people,
ones.
I
and
think people
will
are
like
going to
that.
have fun. They could have it could be called Hudson Name That Country because I won't probably
Yes.
get any of them right.
Well, we're
Well,
all going to bomb sometime.
correct.
We
But
are
not that
not
bad.
that bad.
Not
Not
that
that
bad.
Won't name that country.
Yeah.
I mean, I that's a large whiff
Hey,
at the
okay.
plate right
I'm
there.
gonna say right now.
But you went
Get-
from
hey,
you went
get in
from
front
one
of
of
a
the
map.
more well-known ones. Like I would just say, hey, if somebody said, "Can you name a country?" that would be in my repertoire.
That's not
But
well known to me.
Hudson went from the smallest country.
This wasn't, yeah. This and when we went,
It's a very
it
thin
wasn't
country.
even. It wasn't even
It's a very
on
thin
a
country.
major
Thank you.
continent.
Chile is.
Hudson
Next
wasn't on a major continent, and you guessed Chile.
next time.
It was out in the middle of the ocean,
I
and
was
you
surprised at
decided
that.
Chile was in the middle of the ocean.
Next
I
time
was
we're gonna just
surprised
put up
anyone.
a picture of Nauru and Chile and see if Hudson can pick those out.
Listen,
I don't
we
think it's
honestly,
funny. I
we
was trying to learn.
and that's
making
what
fun of
we're all
learning.
about here.
I didn't
We're
have
all
any more
about learning.
pictures, did I?
Nope.
No, that's 7 of 7.
It looks like an asterisk sign.
We should keep tally of. I was actually going to say
Well,
this.
Dad won again. He's been killing
well,
it
I don't
lately.
care about that. But if I
Shit,
get one
I'm just
right,
lucky
if
3
I get
times in a
one
row.
right in all of these, I'll be happy.
Well, I think what's probably fair, and Drew will probably now, because he's really smart with this stuff, he'll probably end up going and looking at maps for a while to really study so that he can get some right. Because
I even if I studied a map, that was a really, really obscure country right there.
well, what I was going to say is that if somebody gets one right, I feel like we have to have a bigger prize without those multiple choice. If somebody gets that, it feels like we need something bigger. So
yeah, I would agree.
I was just more thinking that would probably
Depends
be
on how-
a challenge for you. I didn't know for sure if challenge accepted to start learning some of those countries.
I
or
won't-
not.
yeah,
But-
I won't
Or maybe
go
you just
out.
want to play dumb. Like, well, you can't play that.
Well, that's
Hudson
true.
wasn't
There was
even
no
playing
playing dumb. That was
Well,
just.
that's what
I told you guys. I said
That's just based
I
on-
don't even know where. I don't even know
We
where
have a
Spain
level
is.
zero.
I don't know these things. I don't really care.
Now
We'll
that's
stop-
something
we'll
you might
stop
want to
there.
just work at a little.
Yeah,
bit.
we'll
doesn't
stop
matter.
there and just.
I'm right here.
No,
I am
and
the
won't
most.
give more information.
I am Mr. American.
Okay,
That's what
that's
I
fair.
am.
It's only up from here. I can guarantee
Yeah,
that.
Greatest.
it's gotta be great average American.
Average American.
American.
All right, that's it.
Well, thanks
Thanks
for
for
that.
all that preparation.
That
And that was
takes a
very
lot of work.
interesting.
It takes a lot of work.
Yep.
Are you gonna have something for us next, Drew, or are we gonna do the
From
Wonder
a
Wheel?
guy that works so hard. I know I can appreciate.
John works so hard. So we are going to have something maybe from Drew, or we'll see. Maybe
I've
we'll
got
have
a couple. I'm not trying to. I'm just saying that
This is
as we're planning. I know this is
This is a John
Tuesday.
Tater ship.
Yep.
I've got a few ahead of time.
Okay.
So if we need to, it's
Yeah.
not that big of a deal.
Yeah.
So.
Hey, did you like that video? Here's some more over here. Maybe you want to subscribe over here. I don't know. It's up to you.